We just let a madman loose. Amaechi fires Wike after 27 APC politicians were arrested in Rivers. Can you imagine? Yeah, were these 27 people arrested actually APC people or not? But now Amaechi is talking. Right from when he resigned from being Minister for Transport, okay, because he wanted to participate in APC presidential primaries. He did all of that. He lost both ways. He didn't emerge as a presidential candidate of the APC, and also can no longer go back to his office as Minister of Transport because he had already resigned. He went into the cooler. It is now that he's coming out to talk after presidential election. He didn't even make comment in the presidential election. Now at the state election, he's now talking. Yeah. So how can we continue like this? Now he's blasting Wike now. He's now calling him Wike a madman. Wike saying that the governors, 27 politicians in River State should be arrested. He's saying a madman, he has just been loosed. We just let a madman. Let a madman loose. So when you release a madman from chain, of course, he goes to rampage. He begins to destroy indiscriminately. That is it. So that is what Amaechi is taking Wike to be now. We remember that before the election, before the presidential election, Wike told all the local government chairmen that if they fail to deliver their local governments to APC, they should consider their job lost. Yeah? So let's see what he has done this time that is making Wike to blast him further. Former Minister of Transportation Rotimi Amaechi has taken a swipe at Governor Nyesom Wike and the chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, Mahmoud Yakubu, for the handling of the election processes. Amaechi, who is a leading member of the All Progressive Congress, has questioned why a sitting governor would order the arrest of members of the party in the state before and during the election. He also accused the police hierarchy of carrying out the order of the state government, as he noted that only the IGP and Commissioner of Police have the legal backing to call for the arrest of anyone in the country. He spoke in an interview on Arise TV on Saturday, March 18, after Wike had called on security agencies to arrest and prosecute 27 politicians in the state for allegedly piloting to disrupt the governorship and House of Assembly elections with armed thugs, cultists, and gangsters in the military and police uniforms. Can you imagine? So Wike now, as a governor that is now calling for the arrest of 27 politicians for using thugs. Himself, does he not use thugs? Does he not use thug? I think he used, one of his thugs was caught few days to the presidential election in Port Harcourt. I think it was 24 hours to. The same, that was about 24 hours to the election. Now, he is the chief thug himself and is trying to arrest other people for using thug. These people, they know how to change narratives to divert attention from them, from their body. Oh, wow. This is as the state government has petitioned the Minister of Defense, the Chief of Army Staff, and other relevant authorities not to release military personnel to former Minister of Transport, Chief Wike Amaechi, or any politicians to interfere in the elections. They arrested Emeka Ide, a House of Assembly candidate, on the day of election. The governor declared 27 persons wanted, and he has no power, whether constitutional or legal, to declare anyone wanted. He is not the IG or Commissioner of Police. And that is true. And that is true. Because the governors see themselves as the Alpha and the Omega in each state. They do and undo. They can kill. They can make and unmake. And that is how bad it is in Nigeria, that governors are stronger. They even embezzle the money that is allocated to the state, and nobody can ask them questions. And just because a lot of the public, the citizens have been so impoverished and suppressed that they no longer know their right, and they are so intimidated that nobody can come out now and make noise. They will still use the same army to shoot. It's not the same Wike that used the soldiers to kill the Igbos in Obigbo, saying that they are IPOB. And they went and Army went there and cleared every living thing. And we saw it. But nobody called him to order. Nobody said anything about it. Quite unfortunate. And police go out implementing and searching and looking for these people just to distract us from our election. So I wonder what you think that election will be. It is failure, a complete failure of the system, and no one is speaking or asking the governor where he gets his power from. The question now is even Amaechi himself is not part of the people that spoiled the system, because we remember when Amaechi declined from PDP to APC and he used Rivers State money to fund Buhari's government. That is the truth. He used Rivers State money to fund Buhari's campaign. He did everything. They even turbaned him. Even when he became Minister of Transport, he concentrated his transport ministry work in the north rather than Middle Belt and the south. He didn't do anything for south. Look at Lagos-Ibadan Expressway has been perpetually under construction. They can't finish it. Look at the railway from Lagos to Ibadan. That one too, I don't know where they finish it. Now look at the second Niger bridge from Onitsha to Asaba that even what is his name? Jonathan awarded before he left. They are still struggling to finish it till now. Look at East-West Road. They can't finish it. Between Warri and Port Harcourt is still in a very bad state. A lot of places in a very bad state. Nothing is happening. So, and at the end of the day, the same Amaechi is coming now to talk like a saint. Meanwhile, he's part of the rottenness of the system. That is the truth. But even though Wike is also behaving like a madman on rampage, and Wike too does not have justification or anything, any moral justification to say that somebody else is a madman, because he has even done the worst as well. So all of them are not to be trusted. Whether PDP or APC, they are based on the same feather, jumping from party to party. Because we know when Amaechi jumped from PDP to APC, all in the name of looking for greener pasture. He ended up getting the political appointment of being a minister of transport. Wike himself is already shopping for appointment under Tinubu's government, because I'm sure that is why he went to support Tinubu, hoping that they will just make him one minister, probably minister of petroleum or one minister of something. That is just what he's looking for. Very selfish politicians, people that do not care about others. So Amaechi continues saying, he said, we just let a madman loose on poor people, and that causes apathy. In the Port Harcourt constituency, they were flogging voters who voted against PDP, and at the close of voting, they opened the ballot boxes by themselves and they tore ballot papers of APC and other political parties. Is that an election? Amaechi is also called out. Amaechi also called out Àttàcks chairman Mahmood Yakubu for his comment about the elections. Mahmood had said earlier that the February 25 election was like every other election filled with imperfections. Can Mahmood tell the world that that is how the election is conducted? In fact, he was so scornful that he said, like every other election, this is full of imperfection. Can you imagine? It is like a child who tells his father, look, I failed because others have been failing. But what is important is that he acknowledged that he failed. Oh my God. Help us in this country, frankly speaking. Help us in this country. So Amaechi now is saying that Wike is a madman. We just let a madman loose. Okay? So Wike is now a madman sitting as a governor in the state that has just gone loose on rampage. And that is why he has the power to declare 27 politicians in the state wanted. And at the same time, detailed the chief of defense staff and other security agencies not to give Amaechi security escort during the election, because they will use it for the election. Amaechi actually was once a former minister. I don't know It's entitlement. But I think all of them are the same. That is true. All of them are the same. The same way Amaechi is looking for personal aggrandizement, personal interest, the same way Wike too is looking for personal interest. They really don't have the interest of citizens at heart. That is true. So thank you for listening, and let's have a comment.